Hello everybody and welcome to Notorious Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm Notorious Cly, and this is the deck list I plan on taking into the upcoming Ranked Duel season. That's right everybody, we're back on Standard Resonators. We left the Mech Knights at home. You all can celebrate now. Come on, live it up. We're leaving the Mech Knights at home, for now. So I really wanted to return to the regular Roaring Soul build of Resonators because I wanted to try and incorporate the level 1 Resonators into this build. The level 1 Resonators were a revelation for me when I played the Mech Knight Resonator version of this deck list, but I really wanted to see if I could import that concept over to a standard build. You may be wondering, why are you playing so many cards? Why are you playing a 30 card build? And there's good reason for that. With every new Ranked Duel season, every new box that's released, every new character that's released, all these new cards coming into the rotation, the ranked ladder gets a little random towards the beginning of the season. In addition to that, I'm starting in Platinum, and Platinum can be a little random too. So when things are random, when I don't really know what I'm going to be playing most often, I always tend to favor trying to run as many answers and as many outs as possible, as long as it doesn't hurt my consistency. And Roaring Soul is such an incredible skill for Resonator specifically, because any one Fiend type monster gets you basically full combo, that you can play 30 cards and not be punished for it. Odds are I will probably end up trimming the list down as I get deeper into the run, and what I'm going to be playing most often becomes a little more obvious. But for now, I'm fine with 30 cards. It's not going to hurt the consistency at all, and I don't think I'd be surprised if I never deviated for 30 cards, but just mixed up the 30 cards that I'm playing to better accommodate matchups. I don't think I'm going to do a traditional card by card with this deck list, where I just take every card, break down all the text on all of it, and tell you every single thing you need to know about that card. I've talked extensively about Resonators at this point. I have like 47 different Resonator videos up on my channel at this point. If you're really looking for some more information or just some more Resonator stuff, please check out the rest of my channel. There's going to be good stuff there, entertaining stuff, informative stuff, and you'll get to see other deck profiles. You can also see live in action me using the cards I'm using and talking about their specific use case. Let's not waste any more time. Let's just do the card by card, and I'm sure more good info and good stuff will come out of it. So first up, we're playing 3 copies of Wandering King Wildwind. Wildwind is a very good send off of skill from your hand, just because it can get your Resonator back to your hand on the following turn, which can be crucial to help set up some 2-card follow-ups. In addition to that, another thing I wanted to try and test in this list is playing a bigger concentration of Resonators to see if I can open the 2-card combo more often, being Crimson Wildwind or Crimson on level 4, and then go ahead and save Roaring Soul skill activation for the follow-up turn. Or maybe I lead with Roaring Soul and then just save the 2-card combo in my hand, because the addition of the level 1 Resonators turn any one Fiend in my hand into Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend plus Red Rain set on the field, which is full combo. Next up is 3 copies of Red Sprinter. This is the best card in the deck. You need to play at least 2 for skills so you don't brick, and playing 3 isn't bad because if your opponent answers your board, it's a 1-card follow-up, and odds are if they did answer your board, you took enough interaction away from them along the way to make Red Sprinter live and effective. Next up is 3 copies of Crimson Resonator, best Resonator so far. And Crimson, I'm playing at 3 copies, as I mentioned before, because I want to see how often I can open the 2-card combo to maybe save the Roaring Soul activation to help guarantee follow-up. And I feel pretty comfortable playing 3 copies of Crimson for this purpose because I have the 3 Wildwind. I do have the 3 Red Sprinter, which I can always normal summon after I special Crimson, or normal summon and special Crimson from my hand. And I'm also playing the 3 copies of Skullmeister. We'll get to Skullmeister a little bit later. So I have enough level 4 non-tuner targets that I feel pretty comfortable playing Crimson. And then we have 2 copies of Red. Only wanted to play 2 just to help for follow-up. And I really like the life point gain. Helps you stick around a little bit longer and maybe crack back. And it's good on the follow-up because you can always normal summon it and then use it to special summon a level 4 non-tuner from your hand. So you can have an established board, use Red, normal summon it, special summon something like Skullmeister or Red Sprinter, which would normally be stuck in your hand, and then synchro summon and hopefully use that to push for game. Next up is 2 copies of Synchron Resonator, because Synchron is one of the level 1s and it helps you set up full combo off of any one Fiend type monster in your hand. Also fantastic that you can just kind of special summon it from your hand if there's a Synchro monster on the field, and even better that it recycles a Resonator back from your graveyard, which is crucial to the one Fiend type monster becoming full combo. Next up is Mirror Resonator. Mirror Resonator, just another level 1 target that Synchron can go ahead and recycle if you do only open the one Fiend type monster. That does it for our Resonator package, except for the 1 copy of Red Rain. I always forget to include Red Rain in the Resonator engine card by card portion of the deck profiles, just because it feels like a tech card and it feels like engine at the same time. I kind of wish I was playing 2 copies of Red Rain just because I'm playing a 30 card build. I could play 2 of them, still not see it enough to where it won't feel like a brick, but still see it often enough that I get the high value upside of setting 2 Red Rain on my opponent's turn, or not being able to, not needing to run through the normal combo or conventional combo to be able to set it. But I think 1 copy is fine for right now. I wanted to make sure I played enough disruptive cards, and I think I like the other disruptive cards into an unknown metagame or a speculative metagame at the moment more than I like Red Rain. And then let's move on to non-engine stuff. So our non-engine fiends are Santa Claus, Kaiju, fantastic. Start your combo, gets rid of problematic stuff. Kind of want to play this at 2 copies too, but I'm not really sure what to adjust. And I don't want to play too many copies of this because although it can start your combo going first, if you already open a better send from hand than Santa Claus, it feels kind of weird having Santa Claus just sit in your hand until the follow-up turn instead of setting something like a Book of Moon or even like a Cosmic or a Lance to help protect your board. Next up, 3 copies of Skullmeister. This is one of the main reasons why I wanted to bump this build up to a 30 card build, is because I wanted to include Skullmeister, but I don't know how popular or how prevalent Orcust and PK are going to be. Those are the 2 matchups that I'm specifically worried about playing Skullmeister for. Mostly Orcust, because I can kind of figure that Orcust is going to be very popular, and I personally think Orcust is going to be very good. So I want to play answers for it in the main deck, and play a lot of answers so I can see it consistently. And if PK is still playable, which I think it might be after the skill nerf, Skullmeister is just going to be really, really good, really, really crucial, because it hits 2 of the key matchups that I should be looking forward towards in this King of Games run. And that does it for the non-engine fiends. Let's move on to tech staples, whatever you want to call them. 3 Book of Moon, most versatile, disruptive staple that I have. Fantastic. I really think it's funny that everybody at the advent or at the beginning of the Link era was like, oh, Book of Moon is dead, Link monsters are a thing. And they don't realize that Book of Moon is still an incredibly valuable interruption when you go first, because you can just flip your opponent's monsters down before they're used as Link material, which is incredible. And I mean, Book of Moon is technically dead if your opponent goes first and they get to establish their Link monster on the board, but what Link monster are you looking to shut off with Book of Moon anyways? There aren't really too many that interact with you on your turn in a meaningful way. I know we have a little bit more of them that interact on your turn with the introduction of Orcust, but yeah, not a ton of crazy Link monsters that you're like, oh no, I need to flip that down. I need to answer that. I need to get rid of it. Most of the time, their big monster is just going to sit there, and you're going to be able to use your engine to answer it. So just kind of a funny thing. Please roast me if you think I'm wrong down in the comments. I always enjoy having those type of back and forths and conversation because it makes me a better player, makes me smarter. Next up is 2 copies of Forbidden Lance. Lance is fantastic, protects your end board, helps you create your board through back row disruption. I really wish I had a space for a 3rd one, but I think I like the 3 Cosmic Cyclone that I'm playing better than Lance in this upcoming format, just because Orcust is going to be a thing, and if Orcust is favoring the Babel version of the deck, I really want to be able to lead with a Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of their Babel and stop them from disrupting me via Babel. So this may switch depending on how the format develops, but for now I think 5 answers of any mix are pretty good. It's a pretty good number, especially in a 30 card list. Next up is one additional thought about Cosmic Cyclone is it's fantastic. I think you should be playing this over MST if you have access to Cyclone, just because it answers Babel, it answers Red Rain in the mirror match, it answers PK spells traps, prevents them from hitting grave and doing their thing in graveyard. There's all the other kind of incidental matchups that it has use against. Next up is 2 copies of Compulse, because I only have 2 copies of Compulse and I don't like any of the other limit 3s I have more than something like a Book of Moon. I have Floodgate Trap Hole, but like Book of Moon essentially does the same thing, because if I flip something down on my opponent's turn, if it gets back to my turn, I'm not going to let that monster stick around. That's not what Resonators likes to do. So Compulse is here just because it's incredibly good, and it's only 1 I have. So that's a good tip for everybody out there. Don't think that when you're looking at all these lists online that you have to play the exact list you're seeing card for card. You can replace stuff and you can change stuff based on your own particular playstyle and your own card pool. So if you look at the reason for like why I'm playing Comp Balls, I'm playing it because it's a great disruptive card. Okay, well if you don't have Comp Balls, what other great disruptive cards that you have? Same thing can be said for like Skullmeister. Man, I don't have Skullmeister. I know it's impossible for somebody to not have Skullmeister because it's incredibly free to play. I think it's in the card trader. And if not, I think you can get it off tickets. But if you don't have Skullmeister, but you have something like DD Crow, like DD Crow kind of does the same thing as Skullmeister. So you could play that instead of it. So don't ever feel like you have to be so dogmatic with playing the deck list that you see your 12th favorite Yugioh play. Hi, I'm your 12th favorite Yugioh. I hope I'm that high. So yeah, just don't be so dogmatic about it. Think about what the role that card serves in the list, and then use what you have to fulfill that role. May not always be a perfect replacement, but most of the time it should be good enough. And then I already covered our half engine, half non-engine card in Red Rain, and it's fantastic. It's a win condition that we can search, so love to have it. That's going to do it for the main deck, everybody. Again, playing 30 cards because Roaring Soul just makes the deck ultra consistent. All you need to do is open one Fiend, and the level 1 Resonators enable you to turn any one Fiend into Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend plus Red Rain set on the field. If you're looking for that combo, go check out the Mech Knight Resonator updated deck profile I did, and that'll show you that that combo. I might showcase it here too, just for anybody who has a more opposition to Mech Knights and refuses to go watch that video. Let's move to the extra deck. We have 2 copies of Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. Second Scarlight could probably be the Buster Dragon, but I still don't have it. Again, I'm not going to really prioritize getting a Floodgate unless it's absolutely necessary. If I decide to enter like some tournaments, I probably am not going to. I just have too many other things going on to devote like 6 to 8 to 12 to 10 hours playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a day. But yeah, could be Buster Dragon, could also be another generic level 8 Dark Dragon Synchro that you have access to. I just really like Scarlight because Scarlight is the one that enables you to do the most with your skill. So playing the second copy doesn't seem bad. 2 copies of Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising Dragon could be played at 3 copies on this list. I could be playing that instead of the second Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. But if I'm making the third Red Rising Dragon, I'm probably not winning anyways. So probably don't need it. That's at least my philosophy. If you want to play the third. No big deal. No big deal at all. The odds that I'll be able to make the third one are probably a little bit higher because I am playing so many ways to get to like a 2-card combo. And I have the 3 red sprinter for the 1-card combo. But again, if I need to make the third Red Rising, it's an incredibly long and grindy game, which I'm probably not going to win anyways. Or something has gone horribly wrong and I probably deserve to lose. Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend, progenitor of the Tyrant minigame, where you can see how many of your opponent's cards you can blow up with its effect. I think my high score is at 5 or 6. Nothing more satisfying than resolving Tyrant. So blow up your opponent's entire field. Please keep in mind it does blow up your cards too. Just be careful what you're holding in hand to set after Tyrant. And then you can also OTK really easily with Tyrant by using one of your quick play spells in the battle phase, using Tyrant to negate it, then gain 500 attack and punching your opponent for 4,000. Red Dragon Archfiend Bane, just because the line from a level 8 Dark Dragon Synchro into Bane, and then Bane attribute off a stray monster to recycle one of your Scarlights is an OTK most of the time, and pretty incredible. There's also some turn 1 setups where if you feel like you need a monster higher than level 8 because you're playing something like Malefics that have easy access to big levels, or you're playing something like Resonators that you know is going to be able to get to a level 8 decent enough, and you want to really hold out on Red Rain to extract as much value out of it as possible. Even something like Dark Magician, because they can always quick play fuse into the Dark Magicians, who's also on a level 8. Bane just comes up so much. It's also kind of nice that when it does battle damage, it can get you Resonator back from your graveyard and cheat one out from your deck. One copy of Darkened Dragon, just because sending is so versatile. This could also be the Buster Dragon if I needed it, but this is the adopted Red Dragon Archfiend. He's going to stay with me as long as possible. And then lastly, Exploder Dragon Wing, level 7 Dark Dragon Synchro, enables the 1-card Fiend setup using the level 1 Resonators. Could you go normal combo, dump any Fiend, dump Crimson from deck, add Sprinter, normal Sprinter, special back Crimson, Synchro for Red Rising bring back Crimson effect, special summon up to 2 Resonators not named Crimson from hand or deck, special the 2 level 1s, 1 Synchron Resonator, 1 Mirror Resonator, use Red Rising Dragon and the Mirror Resonator to go ahead and make Exploder Dragon Wing, and then go ahead and use Exploder Dragon Wing plus the Synchron Resonator to go ahead and make Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. Synchron Resonator's effect will activate because it was sent from field to graveyard. You can go ahead and target the Mirror Resonator or another Resonator in your graveyard if it's on a later turn, or if the Fiend you sent from your hand to the graveyard was a Resonator, and add it back to your hand. And then you go ahead and use your skill because you still have a Crimson on the field, you have Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend, which counts as Red Dragon Archfiend, and then you have a Fiend type monster in your hand, so you set Red Rain directly from your deck. That's the combo, everybody. Some of you may be visual learners. Maybe I'll show you the combo at the end of this video. I'm not sure yet. If I don't, please just check out all my other videos. You'll see it. And subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be playing this list. You'll see the one card set up a whole bunch of times if you watch me play. And that's the deck list, everybody. As far as stuff I would be willing to cut, honestly, probably resonators. Got the resonator engine down a little bit more. I'm not sold on trying to play this as a 2-card combo deck. I'm really sold on trying to play it as a 1-card combo deck enabled by the skill and maximizing the amount of non-engine utility cards you can have in your opening hand to completely blow out your opponent. I don't know if that's the correct way to play it, but to me it seems to be the most effective way to play it, but that might just be my own personal play style. Let me know how you like to play the list down in the comments. And that's going to be it for the deck profile, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the upcoming videos. Be safe, have fun, everybody.